So, while accurate to the show model, I think the unmasked head is a little bit too on the yellow side. I really love this head sculpt. I think by far this is the best Logan head sculpt we've ever had. But I figured I would just repaint it to be a little bit more normal in skin tone. Kind of like this repaint here I did for the masked head. So for starters, we're going to use this Cadian flesh tone. Like we always do. And we're going to put a nice coat of that on top. So now we have the entire head painted with Cadian flesh tone, and as you can see, he looks very overly tanned. So what we're going to do now is we're going to use the same brush, but we're going to mix in a little bit of white with the Cadian flesh tone, and we're just going to kind of almost do like a light dry brush. It's going to brighten up the skin because we want, like, I know you can do like a wash afterwards, but I don't know, I like having that kind of Cadian flesh tone in the recesses. And then of course we're gonna have to repaint the hair just to make sure there's no skin paint on the hair. I noticed I did a mistake and the brush is ever so slightly wet still, so it's not optimal, but I think it's still gonna look pretty good without me having to redo too much. There we go. And now we're gonna do one more layer. So I think we've landed on a pretty good skin tone now, so now we'll just tidy up the eyebrows and his hair, which got some paint splattered onto it. I really like how easy these eyebrows are to paint because they are fully sculpted. Alright, we have the edges of the hair like finished up, and now I'm just gonna do some Reichland flesh shade in the wrinkles and on the lips. I don't really like painting lips on men because usually it ends up looking too much like lipstick, but I found that Reichland flesh shade just kind of tints the lips just enough so that it kind of gets like a nice reddish like lip color. We have these wrinkles up here. Just like gently shading. I might go in here and let it clean up a little bit. Yeah, we'll see how this looks when it's dried. So we're just gonna clean up this edge here. And we're done! Wolverine's head is completely repainted, and I think he has a lot more of a realistic skin tone now. Unfortunately, like, the stubble had to go, but I mean, Wolverine doesn't usually have a stubble, and I think this looks fine. I mean, he doesn't have a stubble in the original show, for instance, and I don't know. I feel like painting on small individual hairs would just be like kind of redundant, and I think this looks really, really good. So yeah, this is just what the head looks like if you remove the kind of super yellow skin tone that the original figure has. I'll post a comparison picture as usual, but quick little video on how to paint a more realistic skin tone. Oh, and before I forget, X-Men 97 is by far the best superhero thing we've had in decades. It's so perfect. I love it so much. So thank you for watching and hope you enjoyed.
This busted mug ain't changed in 100 years, and you know it. I don't much go in for being bossed around.